So it's time to repeat all of the steps on the other foot that we did on the first one. First, we're going to use the towel and we're going to rub all of that soft dead skin from the foot, get off all of that material so they aren't embarrassed. You can see it, the white dead skin is balling up on her toes. It's getting in between her toes, so you want to go in between the toes with the towel to remove that. Like I said, sometimes people are pretty embarrassed that they see that dead skin on the top of their feet. Not everybody has this much dead skin on the top of their feet, but a lot of people do. So just rub pretty vigorously to get that off, and don't act like it's any big deal. So again, we're going to apply the Callus Eliminator with a brush to the bottom of the feet to help all of the calluses on the heels get really soft so we can file them off really easily. Wrapping the towel really tightly helps the Callus Eliminator soak into the feet so the skin comes off easier and it's really comfortable for the person's foot while you're working on their toes.
Ooh, Ben?
Be honest with you, that's worse than go sleeping with somebody else. To me, imagine my husband gambling. Oh my God.
Well, and if you're already loaded, why are you out there doing that?
Because that's an illness. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like drinking, doing drugs.
It's like bipolar, they need the excitement.
My girlfriend, oh God.
After you remove all of the polish, you're going to use your dropper to apply the cuticle remover around all of the toes again, so that's really easy to remove.
Same age as my son, so they've been married 26 years.
And you'll see that I'll apply it a couple of more times while I'm working on the toes because the more wet that they are, the easier the skin comes off.
Driveways, basements, all kinds. You know how much money he used to make? Holy cow! I'm talking about before the recession. He had a beautiful home, and everything, was going great. He never helped in the house, never helped with the kids.
You'll notice when I'm clipping her toenails that I'm bending her toes down so I can see them easier. You do not want to be leaning too far forward to try to see people's toes because you're really going to hurt your back and your neck. So you need to put the toes where you can see them easily to do your work.
She all of a sudden got pregnant, had their son, blah blah blah. They had their daughter, and he was gambling big time. And she wanted another baby, thinking,
It'll calm him
people
down.
think that having children will change that person. It's not going to change that person. She goes off after 10 years and has another baby. Has a daughter. The daughter right now is 13. And actually she's 18, 19. I'm afraid of that daughter. So scared she's going to be pregnant.
So clients get really comfortable while you're doing their feet and their knee will start to lean out to the side. Sometimes you need to have them roll their foot or their knee back to the center or you can't get to their pinky toe.
Right.
You should be able to shape the toenails really well using the cuticle nippers so you have very little filing to do. When you're using the filing and they're single-use files, we cut regular files in half and use one tiny little file on each client and then throw it away when we're finished. But really we're just getting off the rough edge and perfecting the shape with this, so it's really easy to file. And you'll see I'm bending the toe where I can see it so the other toes aren't in the way. And I also do not have the cuticle file right up, well there I do, but usually I'll put the fingernail file on the tip of the toe and then bend it forward, and you can get most of the shape refined that way, and then you know you're not going to slice someone's skin right underneath there. See how I'm tipping it forward?
How'd she live? Oh, she worked.
So this Miha's tool is my favorite tool of all time. It's got a really thin tip. It slips right underneath the nail wall and the free edge, so you can remove all of the dead skin and all of the soap buildup that's compacted underneath and in the corners of their toenails.
Two older ones stayed with Dad at the house. They have very good jobs, very good money, and they're both going to school. Her son is a computer wizard and got a job at this company, and they're paying for his school. The daughter is a model. She does modeling work, and
So he's still living in the house that they lost?
no, the rented house.
Oh, the
It's rental.
Lots of times there's a lot of dead skin. You can't tell what's attached and what's not, so you need to take the towel and just rub that skin off of the nail plate so you can see if there's any remaining cuticle that needs to be removed.
Yeah, it's I felt so bad for her. And so last time I talked to her, she goes, Maria, I got the towel in my, it's just handwriting apartment. I can control my own money. Yeah.
Right.
She hasn't been able to save that if I guarantee you what she needs. A little mentioning the name. This little girl does not need an iPhone. 13 years old.
No, she does not.
Do you understand what I'm saying? These kids don't need these high-tech phones. Just because other kids have it. My son never had that. I never. No, I kept control. That's why he's not drug addict and he's not. You know what I mean?
I told my kids.
So the Callus Eliminator works really, really well, and before you pick up your foot file, you need to use your towel and rub off a lot of the dead skin. Otherwise, you have this kind of thick layer that you just rub and rub and rub, and it kind of just sticks to the foot. So if you use the towel to rub off some of that layer, then when you pick up your foot file and start filing, then the dead skin will kind of just roll off.
You're not using it. This is just emergency with mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. That's it. That's it. But I lost him when he was 12. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was in football in Saline here. And he was putting his uniform away. So pissed. Middle school. He was in line. It was a long line.
It took Evan forever.
It took 2 hours.
was always
2 hours
in that
away.
day
I had no
locker
idea
room.
where he was. He didn't tell me. He goes, Mom, I told you that I was returning my uniform. Well, I didn't think, or I didn't remember, or something.
Or you didn't realize it was just going to take that long.
Right. So I was so worried about it. I told my husband, just get me a phone just for us. Plus, when he's done with karate downtown, you know how Keith Hefner's karate is on Main Street?
Mm-hmm.
He would call us. He's out. We'd drive right by, pick him up right there, and that was another reason because we never knew when he was done.
My kids don't go anywhere to need a phone, and if they want to talk to a friend, they can call on the house phone.
That's it. How old are they?
Almost 15 and almost 12.
That's it. So my son, when he was on his bike in the neighborhood, loved my neighborhood. Oh my gosh, growing up it was perfect. It had sidewalks, street lights, everything. You know what I mean? To raise children. At a park. So I would give him my beeper when dinner was ready, and I would beep.
So the next steps are the foot goes back in the water. You're going to get fresh towels so you have a nice clean surface so there's no little pieces of salt on any of your towels to stick to the person. You're going to rinse off your legs and you're going to start your foot and leg massage, which you can watch in another one of my videos. Thanks for watching.
You give them a watch, be home at a certain time. They don't look at the watch. Do you know what I mean?